Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Chatowsky, and you are joining me in painting time. Today, we will be painting the great white shark as it jumps through the water and hits a bluefish. To start off with, what we're going to be doing is drawing the great white with gray. So here I go. Great whites are gray on top and white underneath. And this great white is going to be jumping in the blue sky. And the reason why so that's the reason why I painted that whole background blue, so that he's going to be coming out of the water. And this is a scene that I saw with my friend as we were on a sailboat. And we were going out, and I was actually below deck, and my friend was in the boat, steering it at the tiller, and he said, "David, I need a break." So I got up there, and I started to sit down, and as soon as I sat down, I saw a small juvenile white shark, great white shark, jump out of the water and hit a bluefish right about sunset. And great whites attack from underneath. They're dark on top, so that when they're the animals such as bluefish and striped bass can't see them from below. But when the great white shark starts getting to around 9 feet, they start feeding on marine mammals, and that's because their jaws are more developed. So, great whites are extremely powerful fish, and they feed on seals, dolphin, they'll even hunt tuna fish. All right, there we go. That great white is getting, their nose is very sensitive. They have an incredible sense of smell, and they'll travel long distance. They also feed on carrion, which is they feed on dead animals in the ocean, and sharks. That's one role of the sharks, is to keep the ocean clean. Sharks are designed to catch the fish and animals that are not healthy. The sharks will take them right out of the ocean, thereby eliminating any sick fish or sick animals. So now we have a start of the top of the great white. Great whites, like their name, are white in the beneath. So we're gonna start painting that there. There we go. And this is his pectoral fin right here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get my gray and do a little more filling in. Sharks, like great whites, have what's called a nictating membrane that covers their eye when they make an attack, so their eyes are protected. they hunt from below and surprise their victims. They're excellent at ambushing from below, and they're very extremely fast. There we go. And we're just filling this in. Now we're just filling it in. Once we drew it, we're filling him in. There we go. They can grow to about 20 feet, and that's a really big one. The average size, adult size, is around 15 feet. They also feed on other sharks, and they migrate. In the summer. They migrate off the coast of Cape Cod to capture seals. And as the seals, here, let me just wipe that up a little bit. As you have an increase of seals, you'll also have an increase of white sharks. So that's why you don't ever want to swim around seals. You want to get out of the water as soon as possible if you see seals. Yeah, it's looking really good. To avoid encountering a white shark, you don't want to swim at night, and you definitely don't want to swim where there's seals, that's for sure. Okay. So now let's go down to the bottom here and paint in the blue of the ocean. This is him coming out of the ocean. All right. And I'm just applying the blue here, really fast and aggressive, so that we get it onto the canvas and as quickly as possible. Add a little white to that. Something like that. There you go. All right, then I'm going to have a little bit more of the ocean going here across the bottom for the like that. Great whites are protected. You can't kill a great white. And since the 70s, 70% of our sharks, there's been a decline in 70% of the sharks in the ocean since the 70s. And one of the reasons for that is they've been over-harvested, and they do harvest the sharks for shark fin soup. All right, it's looking great. Now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to we're moving on to to the bluefish. This is going to be the bluefish right up top here. Add a little more water to this. So this shark came underneath this bluefish, hit it as it was swimming, and they both exploded, and the bluefish went flying. That bluefish is stunned, and the shark will pick it up when it goes back into the water. This bluefish is stunned, and it's going to be captured by the shark. Bluefish can be caught here in New England in the summer months. I like to eat bluefish. They're strong tasting fish. I was raised on bluefish. We cook them. I broil them. I broil bluefish with a little mayonnaise on top. And okay. Sharks have, the great white has 5, they breathe through gills, which are located on the side of their head. And I'm going to put in 5 gill plates right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's a 5th gill plate right there, 5. 5 gill plates on the side of that great white's head. Grab a little blue to put onto this bluefish on top. So this is the top of the bluefish here. And we'll just gradually blend that down like that. Now, to finish up the painting, we're going to do a couple small steps to bring it all together. We're going to start off with giving this bluefish a tail. Top fin here, like that. Top of this, like this. Put his eye in, right here. And I'm going to put the eye in the great white. The great white has a black eye. And of course, we're going to paint in that mouth. Of the white shark. Sharks have teeth, and it's like their teeth are almost like a conveyor belt. They just keep growing, and as soon as they lose one, it gets replaced by another one. So we'll put that in there. We'll put that in there like that, and we'll paint that lower jaw. And why we put that lower jaw in, right? That black paint will be drying. And then we can come back and put in the teeth. So, like I was saying earlier, that the great white feeds on fish when they're younger, and as they get older, because their mouths their jaws get developed, they start hunting larger prey. and they have, sharks use their fins, obviously their tail fin for motion. They use these other fins for stabilizers. They also, the great white is in the mackerel shark family, and they have a keel located right back here that help them stay balanced in the water. Okay, looking great. Let's put in those teeth. I think we put in the teeth and we got it. Great white sharks are capable of taking really big prey. They'll strike from behind on a big seal, trying to get its back flippers so that it can no longer swim. They also are very smart when hunting dolphins. They will come from behind so that they don't get picked up on dolphins have a sonar system, so the great white will come from behind. That way they're not picked up on the dolphin's sonar. A lot of times when people are fishing and they catch a fish, a big fish such as a tuna fish, the great white will cut the tuna fish right in half. There. And here's what's made them famous, the famous jaws of the great white shark. Like I said, you don't want to swim at night. You don't want to swim if you've got a cut on you. Sharks can pick up blood of fish from very, very far away. There's the teeth, and he means business. And we're just going to do a little more filling in on the great white. We can add a little bit of white down here to have this be the top of the water when the shark explodes out of the water as he smashes into the bluefish, like that. A little bit. And I'll just do a little touch up. Let's see what I can do here. So I'm using acrylic paint, which dries very, very quickly. So if I want to just do a little touch up, I can just put in that. There we go. And we can, while we're doing this, we can put in some clouds in the background. I'm going to go with a bigger brush. And we're just going to put in some clouds so that the viewer knows that this shark is jumping out of the water. That's it. There's one there. There's one there. That's it. And then we'll just go do one over there and a couple more along the bottom, and I think we got it. So now we've developed our scene. Here, this is what I saw with my friend Todd as we were out in a sailboat. I was down in the galley, and Todd asked me to spell him, and I said sure. And as soon as I sat down, I saw the white shark jump out and hit this, and it was at sunset. So I saw the light hit the bluefish as it got crushed by the force of the white shark. And then I can just that looks great. This is, like I said, this is a juvenile, and this is the actual size of a juvenile. When the great whites are born, they're a little bit, I believe they're a little bit over 4 feet when they're born. This one right here, this is a 5-foot white shark, and this would be out there cruising around, hunting bluefish, hunting striped bass, anything that they can catch. And once again, the sharks are declining, and so we really have to be sensitive to our marine environment, be sensitive to over-harvesting. Don't over-harvest our sharks. Their purpose in the environment is to weed out the sick, and so that the strong can continue to breed. They're designed to get rid of dead animals that may have viruses. So they have a purpose, and a healthy ecosystem will have great whites keeping the other animals in check. Like, someone's got to keep the seals in check. The seals you can't have too many seals, because the seals will start eating everything. The great white's got to keep the seals in check. So it's a natural balance in our world. Look at how nice that is. Once I start filling it in, see that? Just fill it in right here. Making it more solid, more opaque. Those are its gills. The fish breathe with the gill system. Having the gills come over, and there's a little bit. Let me get that. So this, okay, that fin in there. Well, I want to thank you, everybody, for joining me today as I paint the great white shark jumping out of water, hitting a bluefish. And we're going to have a very nice treat, very special friend of mine, Steve Lighty. He will be joining us to sing. Steve is a good friend of mine. He's played music out in Block Island for a long, long time. He loves the ocean, and I'm just delighted that he could come here today and be with us.
How does it feel to be a little harbor seal, knowing something lurks in the ocean deep? Who would wish to be a fish when that shark in the water is at the top of the list? It's wise to be wary of an apex predator, especially the great white shark. We'd be well to notice what's swimming below us. It may be the great white shark. Dark on the top and light below. He's well camouflaged, so you'll never know if he's swimming over here or swimming over there. He's looking for a bite, so fish beware. 3,000 pounds flying through the air, chasing bluefish, giving him a scare. He likes the taste of tuna, seals and stingrays. It takes a lot of food to be the king of the seas. It's wise to be wary of an apex predator, especially the great white shark. We'd be well to notice what's swimming below us. It may be a great white shark. He pumps warm blood through his veins. Science now knows he's got a complex brain. The scourge of surfer, dolphin and whale. His toothy maws inspired many a tale. With rows and rows of teeth and that steely black eye, he's the sharpest thing swimming, best let him pass by. If you see that dorsal fin, get out of the water. Stand back by the dunes to admire his power. It's wise to be wary of an apex predator, especially the great white shark. We'd be well to notice what's swimming below us. It may be the great white shark. We'd be well to notice what's swimming below us. It may be the great white shark.
Thank you very much. My name is David Chatowsky. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Painting Time.
Grab your paints and get acquainted with wild nature's beauty. It's painting time with David Chatowsky. Grab your paints and get acquainted with wild nature's beauty. It's painting time with David Chatowsky.
Hi, I'm Bridget Giesick from Adoption Rhode Island. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Adoption Rhode Island. We are a private nonprofit agency that works with children in state foster care. The holidays can be a really tough time for kids in foster care, and we would love the community's help to kind of put a smile on them, their faces this holiday season. Each child comes up with a wish list of a couple things that they would like. The older children especially are in need of gifts, so if you'd like to donate a gift card or get a wish list for a particular child, please be in touch with us. Thank you.